In this video, we're going to be taking a look at how to start applying geometric tolerances to the objects that we create. For exercise 10-1, I've already gone ahead and drawn the part. So my next step is going to be to move over to my Layout tab and create my viewport. So I'm going to select the viewports layer, go to MV, enter, and create my viewport. I'm going to select the viewport and come down here and change the scale to 1:1. And then I am going to switch over to my dimension layer because I need to apply the dimensions. Now for exercise 10-1, this is mainly just dimensions with a couple of geometric tolerances included, so I'm going to start by just going ahead and doing my dimensions. We'll make sure I'm on the dimension layer, and then we'll go ahead and begin placing dimensions. So we've got our 30, a 50, the overall size of 80, overall width, and I like to use the snaps from the other dimensions to line mine up. And then we've got the height of 40, and this height right here is 10. And I'm not too happy about the placement of that, so I'm going to move that to right in the middle of there so that it kind of looks a little bit more consistent. Now, the next two things that I need to do are going to be the geometric tolerances. I've got a tolerance on this edge right here with a flatness of 0.02, and I've got a tolerance on this edge right here with a straightness of 0.02. So I'm going to use two different methods to do this, and if you like to use the buttons, the main buttons that we would be using in this particular situation on the Annotate tab, if you click on the drop down for dimensions, right here is the tolerance button, and this is what you can use to actually put the tolerances on your drawing. I prefer to use just the key-ins for these because it's a lot quicker and I don't have to keep bouncing back and forth between tabs. So the first one that I want to create is going to be the one off of the bottom here. So I'm going to type LE for the leader command, which is the quick leader. And then instead of picking my first point, I'm going to hit the down arrow and go to settings first. And under annotation type, mtext is what is default. I want to change this to a tolerance. And I don't want to reuse any of the annotation. And I can go ahead and say OK. And now pick my location for this particular leader. Now once I drop this over here and right click, it brings up the tolerance dialog box. I can now type in symbol, or go to the symbol, click on the black square here, click on the symbol for straightness, and put in my tolerance 0.02. Once I have that put in, that's all the information that I need for this particular one, so I can just say OK, and it puts in my tolerance block. For the one that exists over here, I need to create my own extension line. So I'm just going to draw a line right off of this corner point straight down. This is going to serve as my virtual extension line for this particular object. I can use the extension line up here, but just to keep it consistent with the way that it is in the book, I'm going to use this one right here. Now, since I don't have a leader and I only have the tolerance, I can just type TOL enter. And then for my symbol, I'm going to pick flatness. For the tolerance, it's going to be 0.02. I'm going to say OK, and now it wants to locate this. And if you look, it's locating it using left justification. So I'm just going to left click to place it here. And then I'm going to move it so that it is on the line that I created on the right-hand side. So again, for this particular exercise, all we had to do was put in the standard dimensions and apply the two tolerances for this particular object.